All right. Well, still chilly here in South Australia, and we'll have wineries and restaurants and bars and pubs reopening in some way, shape, or form. So if you can go out and spend money this weekend, do so. Make sure you book. Make sure you don't sit there for a couple of hours having a cup of coffee. Make sure if you do book, you don't then no-show. Basically, just be a kind person. So, what else has been happening? I haven't seen too much in the way of wine news this week, but I've been busy with a few other things. So, the next virtual masterclass is up on the website. That's going to be Thursday, the 18th of June. So, we're switching those to monthly, and it is switching to 7 p.m. So, some of the feedback I had was that the 6 o'clock start was going to be a little bit too early for people who may now have to commute. And also last time with the guys from Western Australia, one of the bits of feedback that I had from some Western Australians was that it was kind of a bit early for them as well. So there's never going to be one time which is perfect for everybody, but monthly at 7 p.m. on Thursday nights starting the 18th. The theme is Austrian grape varieties. There's actually only 2 grape varieties. It's Grüner Veltliner and Blaufränkisch. So we've got 3 wines from the Adelaide Hills and 1 wine from Austria. And look, let's face it, now that we have got a little bit more scope to entertain and have friends over, why not get a red and a white pack and have one each of all the wines? Or indeed, even if you're not having friends over. The other thing is that the first lot of students are apparently going through the WSET Level 1 Award in Wines online course, and that all seems to be going okay so far. So up on the website is one for a second course, which is online again, starting at the end of June. Now, the trick here is with the exams, because I'm still talking to venues, and here in South Australia, how many people a venue can have and where they can have them and all the rest of it seems to be changing. The last week it felt like it was changing on a per minute basis. So we're just waiting to see how that pans out, because obviously if a venue can only have, even if it can only have 80 people, for it to then have a group of 10 or 11, particularly for like a level 2 class, that's taking up quite a large chunk of their head count for not a lot of profit. So in-person classes will be a little way off, and I am starting to have meetings with venues, at least about holding exams and so on. What have I been drinking this week? Oh my God, now this is going to look really bad, but I am going to say that Andy has been helping me with this week. So first up, I have the remnants of the last masterclass, which was Australian Cabernet. So the 2014 Bellwether and the 2013 Snake and Herring Black Betty, both really lovely wines. The Black Betty, it was really interesting because it actually really took a couple of days to open up. Now, I didn't decant it or anything like that because I wasn't going to be drinking it all in the one night. But I think this definitely would do with decanting. By the third night, it looked so much better than it had done on the second night in particular. And both with plenty of life in them. Also, I've been putting my own money where my mouth is, and on the website there are some premium and value packs, so 6 packs, some of everything. So I have bought the premium packs for myself because they were just insanely good value. They're still up on the website with orders for those coming through. So first up is from the white premium pack, which is a bottle of Jans. And before you kind of roll your eyes and think, oh, Jans, there's nothing exciting about that. This is the vintage Jans, so this is the 2015. This, like all of the wines in the premium white pack, is vegan friendly. This retails at around $47-50, but you can quite often see it on special. And it is really nice, and it's better than standard Jans, which you kind of hope it has that bit of extra complexity. At $47, it kind of is just a perhaps touch expensive, but if you can see it on special, and you will, definitely that's worth looking into. And then because it's so cold, it's not really, I had the Jansz with oysters, so, living it up here. But because it's so cold, then I opened some wines out of the premium red pack. And I did open the two cheapest wines out of that because, midweek drinking and having it with spicy food. So the first one was to go with spicy food. It was to go with chicken chili con carne, which was absolutely delicious. And not going to be able to see this too well. There we go. It's the Smith & Hooper Rattenboy Merlot. It's really quite drinkable. That sounds like it's so negative. Look, this is only $22 a bottle and absolutely delivers. It's very smooth, it's very plummy, very black fruit with a little bit of vanilla coming in. And having this with spicy food was great because it just didn't have, any tannins to clash with anything. With both this and the next one, I felt that they both finished a little bit too hot, which is quite often one of my complaints with wine anyway. But perfectly serviceable, midweek kind of wine. It is relatively simple, so don't grab a bottle of this thinking it's going to be amazing. But my dad had some of this as well. We independently opened the wine on the same night, and he absolutely loved it. So I think maybe I'm just a little bit too picky. And the other one is the Running with Bulls Tempranillo. And that, again, it actually has a little bit more complexity than the Smith & Hooper Merlot. But again, it is relatively simple, and I felt that it just did finish a little bit hot as well. But, it's $25 bottles. So really not bad value at all there. And I did have help drinking those. I have not knocked off those 5 bottles in the last week by myself. Just putting that out there. Not really any other news tonight. WSET sort of, we're waiting and seeing with the online courses up and running. Masterclass on the 18th of June. And absolutely, head out this weekend. Glam Adelaide actually has a list up of wineries that are open, so no tastings at the moment, but you can go and have a glass of wine and some food. So get out there and support all the local businesses, and I will see you next week. Bye bye.